You're listening to Bet Big, Talk Loud. Talk Loud. With your host, Chris Hodge and JR.
All right, welcome to the Bet Big, Talk Loud podcast. It is Friday, September 26th. I'm your host, Chris Hodge. I got this guy here just annoyed me all morning. JR, yeah, we'll get to that in a second, but it's all in good fun, man. Good to be with everyone. Lots to talk about. Great football game last night. We did win the free pick with Seattle, so that was good. We were on pins and needles.
I know you gave that as a free pick, but because I liked the game so much and being the NFL connoisseur that I am, I did give it to clientele. I loved Seattle on the money line.
Nice job last week with the Colts.
That was a good one.
Nice job last week with the Colts.
Nice job with Baylor last week.
See, I was being nice. I'm being nice. This is what I deal with. When I torture him on radio, when I say I hope he crashes his car into a pole, that's why right there.
So when I came in this morning, I said, what was your free pick last week? He goes, Baylor.
This guy.
I know what it was. I'm like, what'd they do? They win. Did they
Oh,
win? He's like,
man.
no, they lost.
Let me get to some social events that's going on. You know, the Ryder Cup is actually being played like a minute from my house. Well, 10 minutes from our office, but a minute from my house. So I'm walking my dogs this morning, I don't know, 7:30 in the morning. It's something I haven't seen in years, right? About 8 or 9 Europeans walking up the block, and they have maps. I'm like, what the hell are you doing with maps? Like, what is that? So I'm looking at them, and they got guys pointing in every different direction. They don't know where to go. So I'm like, you guys lost? You know where to go? Yeah, golf. I'm like, okay, don't you guys have phones? He's like, phone. Yeah, phone. Got it. Like,
You're making it sound like they didn't speak our language. If
they didn't. They didn't.
They're from Europe. I guess they could be Italy or.
Holy smokes, man. So anyway, I just point down the hill. I'm like, you go down there, make a left. You'll see it. Yeah, left. Like, my dogs are screaming at them. They got flags draped over them. But it was a pretty good start for Europe this morning. We're doing this podcast during the afternoon round of Ryder Cup.
Round.
So
I believe we just picked up a round. Not
3-1.
But
We're down 3-1 going in. So hey, hopefully the USA pulls it out. We're all rooting for them. And I thought
not everybody in the office is rooting for them.
Yeah, we have some soulless people. I am one of them.
Emotionless.
I did
betting against the Americans. I knew Europe was going to win. At least, I mean, they have the better team, better match play. Tommy Fleet was one of the greatest match play players in the world. I mean,
we'll see.
McIlroy's 7-1-1 I heard earlier in Ryder Cup.
If my son,
I'm sorry, they had home field advantage being in New York. No, I'm sorry, they're better at match play and the Ryder Cup. Now, I am not soulless when it comes to. I didn't bet it. I think Europe's going to win, but I hear these idiots cheering for Europe because they all got money on it. Meanwhile, I'm sitting in there. You know, I know you're one of those idiots. That's okay.
Soulless.
I'm in there cheering on for what I should be, and that is the greatest country that's ever been created in the history of the world.
That don't mean you can't bet against them if you think they're going to lose.
Why? But I believe.
Would you bet the USA?
I believe in the underdog story. I'm sorry,
but they're the favorite.
They're the favorite here.
Oh my God, man! Would you bet USA over Canada in hockey and anything? They might win a game here or there, but generally Canada will win
against the United States in any international event for money. Now, granted, I'm not giving my clients US. I'm not telling people to go put their hard-earned money on it, but I would not put my money against the country I'm going to cheer for.
I feel proud you have a soul. I don't care.
Thank you. I drape an American flag. I know you don't. That's okay.
I love my country. I just bet against them. I didn't think they were going to win.
I love my country, but I bet against them.
Yeah, go bet the USA in soccer. Let me know how that goes when you're bankrupt. Have fun with that.
Idiot?
When they lose to Croatia.
I'm going to be like, let's go US. We got no shot. I'm not an idiot.
Very excited about this podcast. In about 20 minutes, the one and only Chanel Maxwell will be joining us, former cyber Playboy Playmate of the Month, looking to make a comeback. She's going to talk about that. She's also on girlsthatgamble.live. We're doing that side together, so very excited about that. I have to ask her because her mother was a Playboy Playmate as well. So you have the mother as a Playboy Playmate and the daughter as a Playboy Playmate. There can't be too many of those walking around.
Now, wait a minute. You said she's trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, she was a cyber Playboy Playmate of the Month.
When? How long ago?
About 10 years ago. She had 3 children, and she's doing a great job with her kids. Married to a professional athlete, but she wants to make a comeback, so good for her. We'll help her with that, and very nice girl, so can't wait to have her on. Very excited about that. So Chanel Maxwell, in about 15 minutes, she'll be on the Bet Big Talk Loud podcast. We'll get the free plays. I have a college football free pick.
You do.
You have the NFL free pick.
He already said he's not going to pay me for the bet this year. So I mean, why even bother? I'm gonna lambaste him anyway, just so that everyone watching has a little fun watching him lose and squirm. And by the way, I'm looking at a picture of what he looked like after Baylor right now.
That wasn't a picture after Baylor. That was a picture after drinking Pepto. Well, no, what I drank, Robitussin, and then a bunch of shots, and I went down like a brick.
Who's the rapper that used to drink the cough syrup? Lil Wayne. Guys playing Lil Wayne.
I got some social events I got to bring up. One. Yeah, the Mets, man, the Mets. So the Mets announcer, Gary Cohn, if you were watching when they were playing the Cubs series, there was a Cubs player, Matt Shaw, went to Charlie Kirk's funeral. He was invited. He was a friend. You go
Not
to
only
the funeral.
invited, Erica, the wife of the deceased, contacted him, asked him specifically, can you come? These guys were close friends growing up, almost best friends.
You go to the funeral.
It's not even up for debate.
But the Mets do everything backwards.
Gary
they always
Cohn's a
have.
moron.
Right, he is. So he goes on television during the game, and he's like, it was weird that he went. So there's a couple things here. First of all, you're the announcer of the New York Mets. You go to a funeral every single night because the Mets are terrible. I don't care if they make the playoffs or not.
They're dying off as we go.
Gary, who do you think you are? The announcer for the Yankees? The announcer for the Red Sox? No, the announcer for the Dodgers? You're the announcer of the New York Mets.
Ugh.
No one cares.
What an awful job.
And then you come over the top. This Putz missed the game for the death of his dog.
His dog died. And we looked it up. We wanted to make sure we vetted it. His dog died. He took a day off of work. Meanwhile, he's telling this guy, how dare you? You're in the playoff hunt. You don't take off to go to a funeral.
So
what is wrong with people?
My problem with the world right now is just
heartless.
The hypocrisy that goes on. The hypocrites that
the
walk
fact
around.
That you can see it now.
I mean, look, listen, my dog goes down, I'm probably not showing up to work, so I'm sympathetic. But I'm not blaming someone else for going to a funeral when I don't show up because my dog went down.
The day I put my dog down 2 years ago,
terrible.
I was here.
It's terrible.
It sucked, but life goes on. I mean, at the same time, I didn't have a funeral procession for him. He didn't get killed on national television with a bullet to the neck. I mean, it really, it's kind of absurd. I mean, my best friend, you're not even my friend. If something happened to you, I'm going to your funeral.
Not even his friend. This guy, the backstory there, right? He invites me to a Super Bowl party, and he goes, "You're going to come?" And I just flat out said no.
No.
And it was like
who says no?
I just said no.
Big Super Bowl party at my house. I'm inviting this man to my home. Go ahead.
So all right. So here's how this went down. He asked me to go to Super Bowl party. Very nice. Appreciate it.
He said I'm not your friend.
I just said no, and he's looking at me like waiting for me to follow up on the no, like for me to give him a reason as to why I'm not coming. I just said no. That's what I'm supposed to say.
No. You're supposed to say yes.
Oh, no. No, why?
What do you mean, why?
Why would I just want to watch the Super Bowl by myself.
So you're not my friend. It's okay.
I'll be at your funeral, too.
We're colleagues.
I hope to God I owe you money when you die. I hope to God.
My wife's going to be knocking. JR left behind a book, says something about you owe him for
nothing about it.
What? It says here you had Baylor
give it to your kids. Hey, just more. A couple other things going on in college football. I don't agree with this decision. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Mike Gundy got fired from Oklahoma State.
What's his record?
170 and 90.
How do you fire him?
So he lost to Tulsa. And that's a bad look. And he's lost 10 of his last 11 games.
Well, then Belichick should have been fired as soon as the game ended last week.
I mean, no, they lost to UCF. He's trying to build something there. That's different. Belichick don't have 260 college games under his experience.
He's Bill Belichick.
I understand
and he's making out with his girlfriend on the sideline while his team's getting pummeled.
You want to incite my wife? Just turn on a football game and see Belichick's girlfriend on the sidelines. My wife goes crazy. My wife, when I played college football, she was just in the stands 25 rows up, nowhere near the field.
She wouldn't come down and make out with you in the middle of the game?
No.
She probably doesn't want to make out with you anyway.
She make blueberry muffins. This guy's all over me today, man. What the hell? But I don't believe Mike Gundy should have been fired. I really don't. First of all, and again, this is going to piss people off. You're Oklahoma State. You're not Oklahoma, right? So what do you expect to actually win? He did a good job at Oklahoma State.
It's Oklahoma State.
Right. It's Oklahoma State. You're not Oklahoma. Secondly, the guy that used to donate all the money to them, T. Boone Pickens, he passed away years and years ago.
Right. So there's no money there. Well, not that there's no money, but
you just don't know what the money is. And that's the sad part about college football right now because you do have some good coaches. that might not have the NIL funding that they need. And you would think that Oklahoma State, no proof of this, I'm just going off what I know of college football, Oklahoma State does not have the funding
definitely
that Oklahoma has.
Well, and that's why I think that you see a very big pivot happening over since the last few years of the NIL, of the transfer portal, is that the teams that had a lot of money but didn't ever perform at a high rate are now all of a sudden starting to become top 25 teams. Why is that? Because they have the money. And that was never an issue. College sports was never about who can buy players. I think that's why Saban retired. He's like, listen, think about it.
They just did it under the table.
10 years ago, Alabama didn't only have one great quarterback playing. They had 2 NFL starters on the bench. Same thing at the running back position.
Same thing at the wide receiver position.
Now you're in the number 2 quarterback at Alabama. You could start in 100 other colleges. Who wants to sit behind anybody? Transfer out. Go get paid. I'll make $5 million. I do like it for this, though. I believe that it's going to keep some of these players in college for an extra year, an extra 2 years, because they're going to make more money.
They're going to make money
staying in school rather than getting the league minimum in the
Here's
NFL.
my problem, and I think this is going to be an unpopular take, but I believe it's the right take, okay? You have 140 some odd colleges with 85 scholarship players, so whatever number that is. 250 of them are going to play in the NFL. You could basically wipe right out the group of 5 because how many are actually going to play in there? There'll be some, but not many, right? It's going to come from the Power 5, right? So the main goal of a college coach,
but not necessarily anymore. Some of the non-Power 5.
Nah, listen, the majority are coming from the Power 5, right?
Well, they'll transfer there at some point. The ones that aren't there already transfer up.
So the job of a college coach is first and foremost to win, right?
Correct.
Because that's what they have to do. But what we've lost is that head coach is supposed to develop young men to succeed in their lives. Because 99% of them are not going to the NFL. So I feel like we've lost that all intents and purposes. Mike Gundy was a good dude. You very rarely, and this happens with all programs, but very rarely did you hear of anyone in his program being suspended for conduct detrimental to life for the team. So, 170 and 90?
It's a good record
at Oklahoma State.
At Oklahoma State.
But this is where we are. This is where we are. He gets fired.
I thought about how stupid that was, but.
Yeah. Let me get to the college free pick, then we'll talk some NFL. Big game last night, Seattle, Arizona. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm keeping it simple this week. I think Georgia's going to kill Alabama. First of all, on radio yesterday, I got into an argument.
Use that game.
Well, listen. On radio yesterday, I get into an argument, right? Because
guy's got 1,100 teams to choose from. I go NFL. He's always in college. Go ahead.
Wait, I go college. You go NFL. It's not hard. Okay. At the end of the day, by the way, I'm 6-0 on San Diego radio. We don't ever talk about that, and they know it too over there.
Wait, that's the one you record on Monday.
Thursday.
Thursday. But you're talking about the games you gave out.
No, I'm talking about Saturday and Sunday. Last year, Alabama plays Georgia. Alabama goes up 28-0 at home. They blow the game. It took a big touchdown by Ryan Williams, which was one of the greatest catch runs you'll see by a freshman to get that game. So I'm looking at
Alabama's kind of deteriorating.
They are. Now. And I don't trust the fact that even though Florida State looks like a pretty good football team, they went on the road and lost and got pushed around in that game. So if you can get pushed around by FSU, you can get pushed around by Georgia. 2.5, 3.
But Georgia's also not as great as they.
No one is. No one is. But I just think Bama going there. I don't see it.
On the road. I agree with you.
I try to get that line at 2.5.
This is one where I'm actually agreeing with them. Even a blind squirrel's got to find a nut sometimes. So you're going to win that game. I do think that Alabama gets. You
believe this guy? I'm looking at the producer. Right? I believe this guy. All the winning I've done. You want one loser and that's it.
Wait, no. What was the week before? Wasn't that?
We're not talking about that.
Was that Clemson?
Yeah. Okay. Oh boy, they lose on the last second field goal. Yeah. Both teams.
I'm sorry.
Both teams lost on the last.
Pay you before the game ended?
No. Okay. You are not a nice person.
I'm not the nice guy.
You say that about me. My goodness, God, man.
I'm just poking the bear.
NFL stuff. Last night was a great football game. Seattle, Arizona. You know, the Thursday night games have been pretty good.
They've been good.
You know, remember years ago they stunk?
They were terrible. They've been pretty really good. Sucked.
They've been pretty good.
We were even talking about it 2 years ago, constantly on the radio. Why is Thursday night so bad? It's constant, just shit team against crap team.
No, the game last night was a highly competitive game. Good game. Arizona, great job coming back. But you and I were both in agreement.
Yes.
If that holding penalty doesn't happen,
It's not even close to being a game.
It's
it
over.
Shouldn't have been. I mean, look,
I don't believe it was a holding penalty
That
either.
Arizona defense is for real, but the Seattle defense is for real. We should have been all over the under in that game. That was really the bet.
I mean, that was the one by a half point.
I don't care. Both defenses are playing great football, but Seattle could score points. Sam Darnold, let me tell you something. This guy's making $33 million a year.
We'll get to him in just a moment.
But I mean,
the best. The part last night with Smith? With the holding penalty?
How great was it?
That's some bullshit.
That's a bullshit call. He looked at him like the way I look at every one of my kids. Collinsworth said it too. He was like,
now, see, it wasn't Collinsworth. You don't even know the announcer you're watching.
Oh,
my God.
Because I watch him on mute.
But Sam Darnold, let's get to him now. 3-1 with the Seattle Seahawks.
Some nice passes.
If you go back to last year with Minnesota, this is so laughable. I got to try to get through this segment without laughing. All right. Go back to last season and combine this season. He's 17-5 in his last 22 starts. Give me his record as the New York Jets starting quarterback.
5-17?
No. It wasn't that bad. 13-25 as the starting quarterback for the New York Jets. Mind you, I haven't even got to Geno Smith. I'm not even going to talk about him.
He's another one.
Now let's go over to Daniel Jones.
But why not Geno Smith? Geno Smith came out of Georgia. I expected him to be a good quarterback.
Came out of West Virginia.
West Virginia, I'm sorry.
Oh, boy.
You shut up. We were talking about Georgia before. That's the only reason that popped in my head. But I expected him to be a good quarterback when he came to the NFL. I really did.
He went to the Jets.
That's the problem.
When have they ever drafted a good quarterback?
They don't develop. It doesn't matter.
Pennington?
They don't develop a quarterback, period. And even Pennington. If he would have been drafted by the 49ers or somebody else,
Super Bowl
would have won 3 Super Bowls. But
Daniel Jones.
Looks unbelievable. I love his nickname, Indiana Jones.
So here's my question, right? At what point, because what we do as a society is we blame the athlete. And because we see the athlete
normally, I'd say 90% of the time that's the case.
All right. At what point are we going to start blaming the organizations, blaming the coaches, blaming the general managers?
How about the owners? This is the Maras.
At what point are we going to do that? Because how do you explain Daniel Jones all of a sudden looking like he's a viable, good quarterback?
But I will say this. Daniel Jones has come out and played great football for the first 2, 3, 4, 5 games of almost every season that he's been a quarterback, even with the Giants. You go back and look at it, first 3, 4 games of the season, Danny Dimes is his nickname. By the time they get to week 6, week 7, all of a sudden he's an absolute mess.
I don't know
so
what it
we'll
is.
see if it sticks, but he's got a hell of a team around him now. He's got an offensive line.
What I mean.
He's got Jonathan Taylor
so
running the football.
Do you blame
he's getting protection. He's got guys to throw the football to, and they got a defense to boot. So Dable.
But at what point do you blame the organization? If it constantly happens, if you constantly draft the quarterback, you don't develop the quarterback goes somewhere else and the quarterback succeeds.
New York has terrible ownership. Both the Maras and the Johnson family. They are absolutely horrible owners.
Here comes the lawsuit.
Well, think about it. I mean, you're telling me that on Monday night, okay, after that game, that Dable made a conscious decision to go against what he believed all year, which was start his rookie quarterback.
Okay, so here's the thing with that.
That's a phone call. No, that's a phone call from ownership. Mara picked up because probably his fucking son came in there and said, his Madden score is this. And he picked up the phone. He called up Dable. He said, listen, I don't care what your opinion is. I'm going to fire you anyway. So you're putting Jackson Dart in. And Dable was like, listen, I agree. Russ doesn't look very good. He
threw the ball to the end zone 3 to 4 plays.
I agree.
And the other
but
play was
you got Jameis Winston sitting there. He's your number 2. What are we talking about here? You're going to bring Jackson Dart in and ruin this kid's career before he even gets started? I don't mind putting him in week 9, week 10, week 15. Let him get some hits. Let him get some reps. Let him get ready for next year. But you're going to call him your starter at 0-3? He's not Ben Roethlisberger. That's not the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you not remember that? 0-4? That was a year that Tommy Maddox, I believe it was, came in with the number one. I think he was most improved player the year before. Came out 0-4 the year that they drafted Ben Roethlisberger. They won 7 in a row and almost went to the Super Bowl. Won the Super Bowl next year.
Before you have a heart attack here, we only got about a minute left before Chanel is coming on. Before Chanel is coming on, get to your free pick in the NFL. Good job last week. Get to it now.
So we're talking about the New York Football Giants, right? So I have no doubts. Not only will they be out-coached, not only will they be beat. Look, you don't normally go with a West Coast team at 1 o'clock on a Sunday. That's a mistake, right? We all know that. However, we're talking about the Giants, and we're talking about the Chargers. We're talking about Harbaugh. This team, the LA Chargers look phenomenal already. I mean, there's really no one right now throwing the ball much better than Herbert. You saw that play. You called me in
Great
the
play.
office just to show
Great
me.
touchdown pass.
I mean,
Should have been
to be
sacked.
running opposite direction, go cross body, perfect laser, right where it needs to go.
Keenan Allen, great catch, great play.
There's only 2 or 3 guys in the league that could make that throw.
Agreed. So,
even in history.
So you're laying the 6 with the Chargers.
I am laying the 6. Not only do they win this game by 6, they're going to steamroll them if they don't win by 14 or more. I would lay 10 on that game and get a better point spread.
So here you go. You got everyone out there that's going to do the alternate spread. God forbid they win by 9. They're going to blame us.
You make sure that you contact us afterward. You say, JR, thanks for that.
So listen, go visit takingvegas.com right now. You could also give us a call for the weekend action. The phone number, same as always when we do Sports Investors Daily, which is on every Saturday and Sunday morning all throughout the country. 888-9-WIN-NOW. That's 888-994-6669. I'm going to bid JR adieu, because I'm going to bring someone on that looks much better.
And not going to make fun of you?
And Chanel, she might. Chanel's a cool girl,
you
bro.
Let us see your legs?
We'll see. Just come in. I've been playing basketball all morning. Chanel Maxwell joining us in just a second. Keep it here on the Bet Big, Talk Loud podcast. All right, welcome back to the Bet Big, Talk Loud podcast. We got rid of JR. That's all right. I mean, we got someone much better looking coming in than JR, so it's good to get rid of him. Plus, he was breaking my balls a little during the show, so we'll talk about that later. But I have the one and only Chanel Maxwell with me, former Playboy Cyber Girl of the Month. So we all seen what she's done with Playboy. We're all excited about it. But what's even more exciting, Chanel, is you're making a comeback. So tell us all about that. And it's good to have you on the Bet Big, Talk Loud podcast.
Hey, y'all. How you doing?
Everything's good over here, babe. How are you doing?
So good, so good. Just, living the life over here in Cali.
Oh, man. Good weather?
Today it's a little overcast, but hey, I can't complain. Fall is my favorite season, so this is great weather to me.
I mean, I'm dealing with the Ryder Cup over here. I can't even get up and down my block. They got it blocked off with all this traffic. The Europeans going up. You got to hear them yelling because they're up on the United States right now. So hopefully we'll see what happens with that. But hey, I know we had spoke earlier in the week. Tell me about that comeback you're trying to make with Playboy. I think it would be well worth it.
Yeah, so obviously I have a history with Playboy. So I was Cyber Girl of the Month of August 2015. Since then, we've had some upgrades, and I'm like, I need to make a comeback real quick. So there is a Playmate search. There's a potential to make the cover of Playboy again, or just be featured in the magazine. So that's going to be huge. I believe it starts around October 9th. It's going to be like all of my fans voting, anyone that wants to vote and see me in the magazine. So I'll post that to my social media, and I hope that all of the fans will vote for me.
I think they should vote for you. You got a fan over here. I'm going to vote for you. I know all of our guys are going to vote for you. So that's a step in the right direction.
That's right. That's right.
So Chanel, what brought you and I together is girlsthatgamble.live. And when I heard about this idea, and there's a lot of ideas that have come my way that I've turned down, but this particular idea I thought was a great idea. I wanted to be involved with it. I know you're on with Brandy Roderick, Jessica Hall, and you're doing a fantastic job. But girlsthatgamble.live, now, the great thing about you is you were married to a professional athlete. So you've been around sports your whole life. And what I just learned about you is your father was a former professional surfer. So you've been around sports, you know how it goes, but you're doing a great job with girlsthatgamble.live. I see all the videos, and it's I think that site is going to take off.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's been so exciting. I love Brandy, Jessica, Allison. Also, we just brought her on the site too. It has been fabulous. I love working with all these gorgeous models. We have so many on our website too. But yeah, I have a sports background, and my dad, professional surfer. He still surfs to this day. Every morning, wakes up.
Great.
Yeah, he just went on a trip for Adidas, totally sponsored. And yes, I was married to a professional hockey player. So we started dating back in 2011, traveled to Europe. He was playing for Red Bull in Austria, Salzburg. And then we went to Italy, Valplice, little cute town. And then we just traveled through all of the states. So currently he's settled down and still coaching a lot of pro hockey players, like for the Ducks, San Jose Sharks, and then also has his own camp going on. It's called Maxwell Hockey Camp. He runs it out of the rinks in OC. So yeah.
So think about this now. That's your ex-husband, and you're giving him a plug for his hockey camp. So that's very nice of you. Most ex-wives don't do that. My wife wouldn't. My wife would, if that was my ex-wife, oh boy, it'd be a problem.
No, seriously, we've come a long way. Okay, I was married to the guy for 10 years. I'm like,
absolutely.
Hey, I'll give you a shout out when I can here and there and help you out. Why not? So, but yeah, we're great. We're on good terms. Let's just say that.
That's awesome. That's good to hear, man. That's how it should be anyway. That's how I always felt it was. Girlsthatgamble.live. I think there's a lot of potential for that site. Obviously bringing the sexuality of the girls into it with gambling. And I think if there's anything that guys are looking for, you can cross off alcohol, right? Girls and winning money on sports. So those three things, you guys, we bring two of them to the table. And I think, I watch your videos, Chanel. And I'm like, man, this girl should be doing like NFL Network, ESPN. Like, you bring so much, like your personality is so bubbly. I'm like, this girl should be on a major network television, doing the NFL and doing college football.
Chris, you're too sweet. Yeah, no, that would be huge if I was able to be a part of those networks. I mean, I'm totally down to do really any type of work. So that's great. I mean, all those girls are so amazing and unique and beautiful in their own ways. They're great at what they do, but that would be awesome if I was a part of that.
Yeah, and I think what I always look for is, when you're watching a show like that, you're looking for great information, but you're looking for people to keep it interesting. And if people know their roles and they do that, I mean, like I said, I watch your videos on girlsthatgamble.live and I'm like, wow. I mean, it just jumps off the page. You're doing a great job. And I know I do a couple of the shows with Brandy and Jessica, and they're doing a great job as well. So I think if people go check out girlsthatgamble.live, I think they'll be pleasantly happy, pleasantly surprised with what goes on there.
It's going great. And we offer a lot of exclusive content. Okay. I know for one, I have an OnlyFans page. So, I mean, you can find all my links in my bio. You go to coco.maxi on my Instagram page. All links are there. But also you can look at our model pages on girlsthatgamble.live. Go to the model section. We have links right underneath our names as well. So some of the girls have their Instagrams linked or OnlyFans pages linked. So we do offer exclusive content on the website, which is really great as well. So you can purchase videos or pictures there. You can chat with us for free. So we offer a lot of things. And then on top of it, we're all have a little bit of sports background, right? But we're knowledgeable. So we know what we're talking about, what we're selling. You can literally chat with us about anything. And then, of course, we have the picks. We have free picks. And and then, also new thing we're offering too is some of the selected picks will also come with like a free picture of me or any of the other models. So that's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I know through my radio show, I do Sports Investors Daily. It's on every Saturday and Sunday. I've done it for 20 years now. And we're on anywhere between 37 and 40 weeks a year. And I know all of a sudden, a couple weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, guys were calling in when I was mentioning girlsthatgamble.live. And I mean, everyone's saying, hey, who's this girl Chanel? Hey, who's this girl Chanel? I mean, it kept happening. So I was like, I got to reach out to Chanel and see what's going on here. So yeah, that was really great. And I'm glad that guys are noticing you. And obviously Brandy and Jessica as well and everyone else there, because more guys notice, the better the site is going to do.
No, absolutely. Yeah, no. And also we had a conversation too earlier and you were like, you got an old picture of me and you're like, and asking the guy, you're like, oh, who's that? And he was like, oh, that's Chanel back when she did Playboy. And I was like, oh my gosh, no, wait, stop, which photo? But yeah.
So first of all, on that one, that is a true story. I deleted it immediately because I didn't want my wife thinking anything. A customer, we were talking. I was like, hey, Chanel's going to come on the podcast. And he's like, awesome. And then next thing I know, I get a text message and he goes, this is Chanel. Now, that picture of you that he sent, you had blonde hair. So that's why I asked. I said, who's that? He's like, that's Chanel. I'm like, oh, my God. Hold on. Delete. I'm like, bro, don't send me that stuff no more. But that's all right, though. You look great.
Thank you. Yes, natural blonde, but I'm loving the red right now. We got to switch it up every once in a while, keep things spicy and fun.
Awesome. So, Chanel, I mean, I know you're going to get going with Playboy again, as you should. You have everything, the looks, the personality. You're doing a great job with girlsthatgamble.live. I think in a year or two, that's going to be one of the premier websites out there in terms of not only sports handicapping, but, getting some, like you said, exotic, pretty photos of gorgeous women. So I think that's going to be great. And if you keep doing your thing, I think big things are on the horizon for you for sure.
Thank you. You're too sweet. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to, whatever's coming my way.
Real quick before I let you go, I know we haven't got there yet. We're in the exhibition, but you are really, really good with hockey. Like you pick games with hockey. You go to a lot of games. I know you were married to a former professional hockey player, so you're waiting a couple of weeks here. Once hockey gets here, that's something you're really excited about.
I'm so excited. You know what? And when I met my husband or ex-husband, I knew nothing about hockey. I didn't even know the sport existed. So yes, we are now very knowledgeable in NHL, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
All right, and I know we're going to do our very best to make this a weekly thing for you, or at least every other week have you on our That Big Talk Loud podcast, because why wouldn't we? But I thank you so much for taking the time out there to come on, spend it with us, and I look forward to doing this again with you.
Oh my God, it's been so great. So thank you guys, and y'all are doing amazing. I cannot wait to be a part of the show again.
All right, Chanel, thanks for coming.
Bye.
All right, that's going to wrap up the Friday, September 26th edition of the Bet Big Talk Loud podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed the show with JR, with Chanel, trying to make it as interesting as we can. Go check out takingvegas.com. Also, girlsthatgamble.live. They're doing great things over there. The free picks, in case you missed them earlier. JR had the LA Chargers off the winner on Indianapolis last week. I went with Georgia over Alabama. I did lose last week with Baylor. When we win, we tell you. When we lose, we tell you. We always have. Be sure to check out Sports Investors Daily every Saturday and Sunday morning. Check your local listings. And every Friday, we're dropping this podcast, Bet Big, Talk Loud. So next Friday, we'll have the one and only Brandy Roderick on, former Playboy Playmate of the Year way back in 2001, and she's also on girlsthatgamble.live, so she'll be joining us next Friday. Enjoy the weekend, everyone. Yes, I did bet Europe in the Ryder Cup. I am actually rooting for the USA, but if we make a little money, it won't matter. So right now, Europe is up. Let's see if USA can come back. Have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll catch you back next week on the Bet Big Talk Loud podcast.